Hunting in northern Maine, it's different. It's kind of like the saying, you're not in Kansas anymore. The woods, they're large. The deer, they're pretty big too. But the opportunities, those are really small. Us avid hunters in northern Maine wait for this month all year long. We plan all year long as well. And then when the month finally arrives, we torture and exhaust ourselves to no end just to maybe get a glimpse or punch that tag on a nice northern Maine buck. This wind is awful, but we're gonna go move my ground blind that I just set up. Because the heart wants what it wants. Well, it's Monday, and it's a little bit later, like 7:30, and we're gonna go out, check some cameras, see what we can't get ourselves into for the day, but small little lamb that's been walking through here fresh from Saturday. It's Monday, so they're moving around. These guys are fresher. Bright doe and her babe. But they've been through here. decided not to sit in my blind today. And a doe showed up. So I'm trying to work my way back to my blind. And then a nice freaking buck shows up. And I'm crying. I feel as though I need to give a lot of context to what you're about to watch. First off, Keenan and I are now in an area where we have service. So we invested in some satellite cameras. I know people have their different thoughts on these, but what happened here would not have happened without those satellite cameras. So we're going to attack him. I'm going to go in this way. He's coming at me this way. Hope for the freaking best. I'm pissed. Now, long story short, I got the picture of the buck 20 minutes after the doe, so I was already on my way to this blind. When I saw that picture of the buck come in, I was like, I'm screwed, I'm done, like, it's all over. Well, Keenan is then messaging me saying, he's right on top of you. Like, you are 500 yards from your blind, and that buck is heading at you. Like, you need to cut him off. And I was like, wait, you're right. And so I took a deep breath. I said a little prayer, and I set off in this specific direction that I just felt that's where he was going to be. And it's on this transition line. So I'm like, I need to get to that line and just watch and see if he comes through or the doe comes through. But he's right here. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm working my way to get to that transition line. And then the rest is history. Now I also have to say one more thing. As a content creator, I'm always trying to film everything I can so that I can give you guys the footage and the experience that I had. But in this moment, I absolutely hate my GoPro. You'll see why, but I don't know. I just don't have the setup right yet. But this GoPro is about to get chucked out the window. I don't think I hit him either time. There's so many other things I could have done, but it's so thick in here, it's, you know, you gotta shoot at him. I've calmed down some. Keenan's gonna come help me scout around to see kind of what happened, but I'm not confident at all in any of that. And I'm just gonna mark the first place I shot him and the second place I shot him, and then go back to where I shot him at because I dropped my grunt tube on the ground. He's a beautiful buck, beautiful buck. All a swing and a miss. But hey, it's the second day. I'm kind of glad that I dropped my grunt tube because I don't even remember where I was standing. So I was standing here, I stepped over to the top here, and I shot him there. He was going in between all this stuff. Then he circled around, shot him over there. Okay, I'm gonna wait for Keenan.
He was standing.
Where he was standing was within this vicinity. I ran, I stopped, I started looking down this trail, and then I turned and he was here.
I mean,
I didn't.
Got it right for you. So if you look at the map, and
I know.
He's over there coming right down the street, this edge of the swamp, like they do.
It was one of those scenarios where they say, you know, you may not have the best shot, but just try, you know, shoot. Like, I would have been mad at myself if I didn't attempt it. So like,
yeah, I mean, if you have the vitals, even though it's in between trees, if you have the vitals.
I had, yeah. I mean, I saw rack. I'm looking at rack. I know it's a buck.
Yep.
I've identified my deer. There's vitals.
Yeah, no. That's
So
all you gotta hope for.
But it was a freestanding shot, which I suck at. Both shots. I'm sorry, I'm a disappointment.
You're not.
Yeah, I feel like
sorry.
You're disappointed in me.
No. Well, we know you haven't missed them. Deer cold blood sometimes. I'm just focused on let's get on this stuff and see if we can possibly get this deer.
I hung a piece of moss.
But you're pretty sure you shot him in between the big cedar and the spruce. The big one and a small one.
He came around this, came up through here, and
You see his
stopped.
tracks right there?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
They're all up through here, so I stopped because you can still see his tracks.
Yeah.
But he was standing like this, looking at me, and his face, I feel like it was these, because his face was covered, but I could see this, and then his body. And I was back there like 50 yards. And then he He went that way.
There's this track here. Entry side would have been on the right if you had an entry.
Mm-hmm. And then comes the walk of shame, where you're constantly in your head about what you could have done differently, where you know the animal's not wounded, so you're not that upset. We tracked all that we could following his tracks, and he's definitely not touched at all, which makes me feel better, but awful at the same time. But you win some, you lose some, and you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. It's technically day 3 of deer hunting. Yesterday was unfortunate. Today it's super windy, of course. It rained throughout the night. I'm feeling defeated very, very soon into the season, which is unfortunate. But we're not gonna give up, so here we are. Probably not gonna bring it back with me because it stinks and I don't have the pack for it. I got a little wet. The rest of the week was a lot of scouting, looking for areas that they're freshly in, coffee for lunch, sitting, a lot of wind, moving my blind again for I think the 4th time, and finding fresh sign. 2 super fresh grapes, like from today, because it poured all night last night. And they're right next to each other. And so at the end of week 1, my thesis is this. I think we're in pre-rut. I think they're interested in does and kind of following them, but it's not happening yet. So therefore, I think next week is going to be the week that they get into it. I already have my sights on some area. I'm trying to get my spirits back in check, and we're gonna make it a hell of a week for week 2. Good luck to all of you out there chasing those elusive northern Maine whitetail.